I just auditioned for SAB, the School of American Ballet, and luckily there were some scholarships available, which is amazing. And so from there, I was just dancing, performing. I did a few summer programs with Miami City Ballet, which was super fun. I loved it. And then I really appreciate the discipline of it for sure, and also just the way that ballet makes me feel, because it's like nothing else. And I think that's the whole thing of it. Nobody ever pushed me towards it. Nobody ever said you have to do this or you must do it. It was totally my own passion, my own love for it. And I personally never felt that it was hard or it was work. It was always something that was kind of motivating me to be better at my craft, because I felt that I could do it, and it felt challenging and fun and exciting. And I think when it comes to something that somebody wants to do, that's where you have to look at it. Not like somebody is telling you have to do this, or somebody keeps pushing you to do it. It's like, what is your natural state? What is it driving you towards? Is it driving you towards thinking more, doing more? It's like you have to figure out your own capacity to create and co-create within your surroundings, within your environment. And that takes practice. Sometimes you have to do a few internships to really double check and see if it actually suits you on a day-to-day basis. And I think some people love the idea of dance and performing, but once you're on stage and the spotlight is on you, like, how do you respond to that? How do you react to that? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it like you're absorbing that frequency of expression? It's like everybody's different, and I think it takes a while to actually figure out what is your forte. I know everyone is different. I personally like to start my day in silence, so I will not talk to anybody. I will kind of listen to either relaxing music, classical music, or just in silence. I might do a little choreography, like I'll work through some movements, like walk through it, not fully, just so I remember like the structure, the body placement. And then I might I don't always stretch. Usually I like to just stretch at the like stage, the stage room, but usually might stretch a little bit, and then I will just take a walk. So it's kind of like quiet time for me. Some people like to connect and like to talk a lot, but I personally just like to like go into the void and meditate, because I think that helps to get more energized in preparation for the show. And I'll have a nice meal before a show. I have to remember to always take like a fruit and some snacks, take my bag with pointe shoes and everything, and then head to the stage door, usually like 2 or 3 hours before the show. We come in, we get our hair done. We do it ourselves usually, but then we have like, we put some kind of things in our head, makeup. We stretch. Sometimes there'll be a call to come on stage for marking or for figuring something out, double checking, back to stretching, taking a walk. I like taking a walk in the audience when everything is closed. So some of my friends will just walk through the audience, which is super fun. It's been such a fun ritual, and it feels super exciting because it's like we're going into the empty space before it's filled with people, and there's something so beautiful about just enjoying that like stillness. And interestingly enough, I think today is actually in the Mayan calendar, it's like the day of no time, and I think tomorrow is like the Mayan New Year. I'm not too familiar about what that means, but the day of no time means that it's like, in essence, you create your own time from the space of the void or neutrality. So that's really powerful, because setting the intention, you're able to co-create with the universe whatever you see fit. And I think it's important before a performance to also appreciate those quiet moments, so you can actually go out and put on a great show with all the loudness and beauty of music, and a lot of people are introverts, but then when they're on stage they become extroverts. So it's a beautiful transformation to observe the dancers and artists. So I'm personally pretty much extroverted on a day-to-day basis, so being on stage just adds more fun and more brightness to that. And of course the costumes, I mean, who doesn't love putting on costumes? It's like you're a child playing pretend again. I know during summer performances, it's easier if people do performances for their like local communities or something. They can just choose to have one headpiece on, because it's too complicated to change so quickly. But yeah, backstage, it's hectic, but I feel like that's the most fun, to be backstage, because that is where all the live action is. It's like when you get off the stage, that's where you want to see everything. You want to see the dancers like grab their water bottle and, you know, grab their towel to wipe their sweat. It's exciting for sure. Yes, well, we had a really beautiful teacher at the School of American Ballet, Gabrielle Whittle, and she was our teacher for the younger kids, and she was also she was helping kids with their creativity and their performance for the Nutcracker. So she was kind of teaching kids and guiding them through every rehearsal, every step of the way, and it was such a beautiful experience because she was the teacher also who was connected with Balanchine, who created the school. So she had that direct connection with the brilliance of the technique that we were dancing. So it was so intricate and so delicate and so beautiful how she was guiding us through dance, how to express ourselves, how to, you know, move on an angle to look more beautiful, more presentable. And I think it's also so amazing for dancers to connect to the beauty of dance. You know, it's so technical, it's so hard, it's so difficult, but there's also this elegance of beauty that it's so wonderful to have a teacher to kind of help you guide through every movement and to connect to yourself, back to yourself through dance. So it was a beautiful, yeah, it was such a beautiful experience, and her attention to detail and to the creativity of the arts really, I think, stayed with me and continues to stay with me as I am performing and working on performance for children. It's super inspiring. I love it. My first year of the School of American Ballet, we had the oldest dancers who were our teachers. It was Madame Dudon. I remember her, and I can't remember the other one. Chukovsky or Dudovsky. I can't remember her last name, but yeah, I grew up actually speaking Russian. I am Russian as well, so there's something about the Russian energy of, I don't know, just like keep going or go out and win. I don't know, it's just very ingrained, and it is very direct and motivated, and I love it. You know, Gillian Murphy from the ABT, she just had her retirement performance, and she did Swan Lake, which is so beautiful. I feel like that is her forte. I remember watching her years ago on the stage, and she's just so beautiful. So I think that one, I remember I was doing a lot of, like, for school programs, for like, you know, performances in schools, I was doing a lot of Swan Lake variations. So whether it's like Black Swan variation or the White Swan, it's so beautiful, and it's so difficult because you're also playing two completely opposing roles. You're the delicate, the beautiful feminine girl, and the other one is you are seductive, you are powerful, manipulative. So it's like you're tuning into these different frequencies of the feminine archetype, which is super fun as well. So you're performing these really difficult things, and you're also having fun with the characters. I think that is super fun, especially for the audience. I think the audience enjoys it a lot as well. Yeah, of course. Figure skaters, I think, have to take some kind of either ballet barre or beginner to ballet to keep their form and how they like move their body. And I remember I actually, when I was younger, I went to take I went to the skating rink with my friends, and I have never skated before, and I was so good at it. Like, I was able to go in the middle, do some turns, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So that really was something that I learned, like, just because I'm really good at dance, I'm able to do something else without ever doing it before. So I thought that was really interesting. And now that I'm also adding in teaching, which is super fun, I think it's really great to lend a hand and give back, especially when you have such a high level skill. I feel like we have to really tune into that. And many people are talented with their personal skills, and it's such a great thing to connect with students, younger children, to help activate their own passions as well. Enjoy the arts of your own life, because I think so often we forget how to make our life beautiful and fun and artistic when we are just in the everyday grind, and we forget to bring beauty into our lives. And I think it's such a beautiful way to acknowledge just the gratitude that we can have for ourselves, for each other, for the universe, is with beauty. And that's authentic beauty, to see the nature of yourself, of your transformation, your journey, whatever you're experiencing, is to have that grace and beauty.